Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahshai, B'Hashem B'Chal Kodesh, double honors to the elders and apostles at GMS who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to you, Akim, doing this work throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing his work, doing his work. Salutations. On there, do this video on General Mill and the cereal, big corporations. Lord willing, it's edifying, and this is from RT.com. Back in March. Actually, it's from 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 2016, but it still stands. Kind of, cause we us growing up, Israelites, we eat a lot of times. We eat things that aren't necessarily good for us. You see, and without even putting a thought into it, we just eat whatever, and me myself, me speaking of myself, I was born in a place where basically cereal was made, and basically it's the big city of cereal. Cereal you eat, Cheerios, Fruit Loops, not Fruit Loop, Fruity Pebbles. You see, and we grow up. I grew up eating that. Necessarily, it's not good for me, so to speak. But when you eat things for such a long time, you grow a taste to it. Your taste buds get accustomed to it, and you like it. Still to this day, I still enjoy a bowl of cereal. Okay, but a lot of the ingredients in that the cereals that we eat are poison, to be honest. But although I work out and things like that, so I'm pretty in shape. So it hasn't ruined me totally, but still, nonetheless, I'm gonna read this article. Cereal giants General Mills to start using GMO labeling nationwide. For food processor General Mills, maker of famous brands Cheerios, Pillsbury, and Betty Crocker, will start labeling genetically modified organisms present in their products after Congress failed to reach a consensus on national GMO label legislation. Minneapolis-based General Mills made the announcement Friday under pressure driven by GMOs labeling law, which goes into effect in the state of Vermont on July 1st. And GMO is just a short acronym for genetically modified organisms, which wasn't very mainstream until just a couple years ago. People didn't know what it is. It is, and it's in all of our food, our cereals, and basically more predominantly fast food. You see, fast food, your Burger Kings, your Wendy's, and things like that. We eating GMOs, man, and furthermore, the fruits that we eat, they're seedless. Fruits and things like that are supposed to come with seeds, and you don't have that because companies like Monsanto and places like that, they're making fake foods. So we all messed up, man. Everybody says we can't label our products for only one state without significantly driving up costs for our consumers, and we simply won't do that. Jeff Harmening, head of General Mills U.S. retail operations, said in a post of the company's blog, the result, consumers all over the country will soon begin seeing words legislated by the state of Vermont on the labels of many of their favorite General Mills food products. This is Ezekiel 4 and 12. Ezekiel 4:12. And the Lord said, thus say, even thus shall Slakia. Ezekiel 4:13. Um, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So that's what is going on. We eating the defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. And real quick, let's see what the definition for edification of that is. Um, it says past tense, defiled. It says sully, mar, or spoil, desecrate, or profane. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see what Webster. To make unclean or impure, such as right. So what we're eating, man, is impure. Okay, what we're eating is defiled. It's tainted. We're not eating anything that's properly made. So in the scriptures say that, man, we're amongst the Gentiles, so we have to eat this crap. You if you have the money, you make different alternates of what you can eat. You try to get the best out of the worst. You go to Whole Foods, you see, compared to a Dollar General or a Family Tree, which I still go to because I'm not rich. It takes a lot of money to eat healthy like that. You see, but the Gentiles, the heathens, they can eat real good. We have the worst of the worst. And it's done purposely, of course. It says, as biotech seeds have been approved by safety, global food safety agencies, General Mills said in the blog post, and widely used by farmers and food crops. 70% of food on U.S. grocery shelves likely contain GMO ingredients. There you go. So Walmart, Schnucks, Felposh, Targets, they all have GMO foods. The company makes 89 lending brands, among the Betty Crocker, Yoplait, Pillsbury, Dazaz, Cheerios, and Cocoa Puffs. You see, so that that pretty much everything we eat, because our people mainly, are the family structure. A lot of times a woman is in charge of the kitchen, it does a lot in the kitchen, and she doesn't cook breakfast for the child. She just gives the child cereal, and sends a child on his way instead of cooking a hearty meal. A lot of times cereal is substituted for, an actual meal, whether it's be oatmeal, grits, pancakes, all that stuff, which will be better off, in the long term. But as you know, our people really lazy, and they don't have the fortitude to actually, do that like they supposed to. Romans 8:13. So Romans 8:13. What was I looking for? Slovakia. I got, let me see, 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians 10:28. It reads, but if any man say unto you, this is offered unto offered in sacrifice unto idols. Eat not for his sake that shewed it, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord. The earth is the Lord's, and the fulfillness. No, slack, and the fullness thereof. So, yeah. Before you, kind of, I'm gonna jump to 31. Whether therefore ye eat and or ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do all to the glory of the Most High. So there you go. Saying in verse 28, we know that these foods have been set up by wicked people in the laboratory, making to harm the Israelites. We know that so when they worship Satan. But we eat these things and we can't trip off of it because we know this is the Lord's food. The cereal is the Most High's, man. Milk is the Most High's, the Most High. Okay, bananas is the Most High. Bagels, yogurt, all that is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai got it here on planet Earth, so it's His. So we eat it for we don't our conscious, we don't in our conscious we don't trip over it so much because we know we are in slavery. In hardcore slavery, they made us eat bad. Worse. Worse. And verse 31, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do all the glory of the Most High. So if you eating, you gotta pray before you eat. So that that the food doesn't have nothing disgusting in it. You see, or that it doesn't have anything abominable in it like pork. So you just say a quick prayer. You can say, God is good, God is great. You can say that. Yahweh's good, Yahweh's great. Okay, I still say that from time to time. So we know that we're eating bad foods, man. And this one guy, man, made a video about it, saying you don't put no sugar in your Cheerios, I can't talk to you, like so and he said, what's gluten? He was making a joke, but gluten, you know what I'm saying? He was basically saying gluten is in the cereal. He want gluten in the cereal and make it taste better. Which this is not a good thing for you, man, but Jake is just stupid. So, a lot of the cereals we eat, man, a lot of food period is just, man, bad. Causes cancer. It says, where am I at? I read a little bit more of this. Campbell's Soup Company recently announced it plans to voluntarily post GMO labels on its products. So, damn, soup. Though in interactive list on General Mills website, consumers can now find out whether the products they buy contain GMOs, or as the company refers to them, GE, for genetically engineered. Wow. Cheerios, for instance, does not contain GE ingredients or is organic, right? And therefore does not contain GE ingredients. So they saying Cheerios don't have it, but probably does. Honey Nut Cheerios, however, has some ingredients. Generally less than 75% of the product by weight are from plants grown using GE seed. Corn Chex is produced with GE ingredients. The majority of the ingredients in the product were grown from plants using GE seed. Most corn, soybeans, and beet sugar products in the United States is grown from genetically modified seeds, as is in many processed foods, like I mentioned earlier. So the corn you buy, the beans you buy, all these type of things in our food is basically defiled. So we're not getting anything perfect here in this society, in the Esau society. So it's, when the scriptures talk about is a famine, it's going to be a famine of food, which is a lack of food. There's a lack of food now, like the brother mentions, a brother in the camp, because we're not eating real food. We're not eating real chicken, real steak, beef. It's a famine of real food. So how much more in that day, Over 70 bills have been introduced in 30 U.S. states to regulate for genetic engineering labeling. 3 states, Connecticut, Maine, and Vermont, have passed labelings laws, and more bills and referendums are expected. The U.S. now joins its friends in Europe and 64 other countries who label for GMOs, said Kimbrell from the Center for Food Safety. Slovakia. I got a precept. 2 Timothy 3. No, that's not. Well, I was looking for earlier in the whatever's in the book of Romans that I had. Romans 8, if I can find it. Real quick. And a brother that I know, he used to work at the company Monsanto, which makes all the GMO genetically modified organism seeds, and all what the farmers have to do is they have to buy those those genetically modified seeds from Monsanto, or basically they'll get shut down in so many words. And when you go into Monsanto, when you actually go into the building, it's very private and it's very under strict. It's under strict. Let me see. Strict security. So, and there's doctors, and there's people in there who's cooking up some madness, man, with some real doctors, some real crazy people, man, with some power, doing some witchcraft in there, because you have to be to do that, man. I can't find it, but if I find it, I'm gonna post it. Post it in this video. Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai.